Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Black Friday. Yeah, it's about 6:15 in the morning, and I'm honestly getting up late. You know, this is the calm before the storm as we head out and get all kinds of great deals at the shopping centers and all the places we go. But is that what I'm doing?
I got me some winter solstice on the radio. I'm heading up north.
Probably 8 to 12 inches of snow. Who wants to Black Friday shop when you could do this? Welcome to Bonsai Acres. Welcome to Bonsai Acres. Very excited. So I thought I was going to get stuck at the driveway because they plowed the road coming in, but they don't plow my driveway. So I kind of barreled through the first chunk of snow from the snowplow. And you know, 8 to 12 inches, I was able to drive right in with the Highlander, which is pretty cool. So got the car right here. The trailer looks good. RV, that is. This trailer looks good. We'll talk about that in a moment. But I got to go take off the snow panels. Did I just say snow off the snow panels? Look at the bonsai. So here is the Forest, Minnesota #2. At least 8 inches right there, if not more. Who knows what, if it started as wet snow and kind of melted. Got some beautiful chunks of snow on these larch trees. This is completely covered. Yeah, this was a big snowfall. 8 to 12 inches of snow in this region. And these are not going to work until we get the snow off. We're getting some light snow today. I peeked at the forecast a day or two ago or so, and I knew we had a chance of some light snow, but nothing that they say accumulating. So a beautiful ride in to Bonsai Acres today. And because these are black, the next time the sun comes out, these are gonna warm up and start doing their thing again. So it is Friday after Thanksgiving. And as I mentioned in the intro, people are out there shopping and doing the crazy thing. I don't do that very often anymore. Not that I ever did. It's too crazy. People are crazy, but people get a lot of good deals, so I get it. I like to save me some money as well, but I'd rather be here any day. And my system, I knew the solar was going to be covered, but I lost connection with my power station from Blue Eddy. I lost the my hotspot shut down, which only meant one thing. There must have been a power surge from all this snow up here in the Carrick area of northeastern Minnesota. And I did hear reports of people losing their power because of the heavy wet snow up north, up in the Brainerd Lakes area. As I was talking to my insurance agent for the trailer there, which we'll talk about in a moment, yeah, they said that there were some power outages. So my assumption was we lost power for a short amount of time. And so I couldn't have access with Wi-Fi with the hotspot to see what was going on up here at Bonsai Acres inside the cold frame. So instead of coming up on Sunday, I decided to drive up here on Friday. Now, I got to get home by about 3 p.m. today to have Thanksgiving part 2 with the kids. Toby and Jordan and their significant others are coming over. But I had to come up here and take care of business. Well, that's in good shape. So let's talk about this trailer. Okay, now we just had 8 to 12 inches in this region of northeastern Minnesota, but just 3 days ago, or is it 4 now? Yeah, 4 days ago, it was the day before the storm hit. So the storm hit about Tuesday, middle of the day, and it lasted about 20 to 24 hours. But the day before, I was the delivery day of my new toy. And I had to get it, and I had to bring it up here because they were forecasting 8 to 12 inches of snow. Let's go back real quick to 4 days ago.
Hey everyone, guess what I got? Now, mark my words. It'll never, ever be as clean as this again. This is my 6x12 brand new trailer, and on the day of pickup, I'm at Central Transport in Blaine, Minnesota, just north of the metro, because my soil is back in here. I got a soil order the first day for the brand new trailer. Did y'all guess what it was going to be? Yeah, baby. This is kind of fun to have. No more U-Haul rentals, everybody. This is mine. Can't wait for the logos to get onto the side.
That's right, y'all. I got myself a trailer. My friends are thinking, holy cow, he just totally bit off a big chunk right there, and I did. I've been looking at trailers for about a year or two. I was gonna buy one from my friend. As a matter of fact, the same friend that's been lending me the RV over there on the property, he had his trailer literally stolen from the street of a buddy's house who just used it for a day, and then someone took the trailer, stole it. That was gonna be my trailer. So I was looking for trailers for the last year, wondering what I'd buy, what size. And so lo and behold, as this fall was coming to a close here, with only about 3 weeks until the winter solstice, I found a couple of deals on the Facebook marketplace. And one of them actually just led me to a dealer. But this one is a 2003 H&H trailer that was discounted heavily because they wanted to get it off the lot. It was the only H&H on the lot, and a pretty good, well-made trailer, I've been told, and a little bit better than the Interstate, a little bit more solidly built, and the inside is a little bit more nice looking. But it came down enough for me to bite the bullet. So here's the trailer in the wintertime. Now, we'll get in here in a moment, but can you imagine something right on here? Yeah? Should we put it up there for you right now? Hey, let's do the power of editing right there. Yeah, we might have to have something fancy on the sides and perhaps the back. But let's head inside. Let's see if I brought my keys with me. Uh-oh. Oh, is it up there frozen? Little bit. Okay, there we go. So the other part about Monday is I not only, frozen, there we go. I not only picked up some soil to bring it up here, I also on Facebook Marketplace in the last year or so have been looking for windows for the cabins that I'll be building up here at Bonsai Acres. You know what? I found some windows. And I found some windows that when I picked up the trailer in Hastings, Minnesota, then I drove south to Faribault, Minnesota, back up towards, where was the other one? Near Rosemont area. The point being is that I went south just a little bit and did this circle loop because there were 3 people with windows, all the same size, the same color, and a great price. And when I went to the first stop, he had a double hung window in addition to the 5 single hung, or the single windows I was gonna buy. He had a double, and he goes, I didn't put this one on Facebook. I said, I'll take it if the price is right. And it was. Whew. Okay. Here we go. So, underneath all this packaging is windows. So I got to try to get these windows. It's a triple and a double connected window that I have to get from here over to the shed over there. Now, because of the snow, I'm not going to be trailering this thing, moving it in this deep snow. It's here for the winter. And so I have to kind of figure out how I'm going to slide this over the snow. But because there's snow on the ground, it should be just like a slide. And right now that piece is on a big piece of cardboard. I might be able to slide it right back into the shed. So I was able to pick up some really great windows. We'll show you a couple more in a moment. But I got to figure out if this is going to work. And then all the soil that's cushioning these windows and made a nice soft ride all the way up here. We're going to get that soil inside the storage facility as well. Hey, could anybody come up here in the next like 10 minutes and help me out with this? It's kind of hard to hold cardboard in the window at the same time. Whew. Yeah, who said this was easy? Where there is a will, there is a way. So this is 5 feet long, 5 feet tall, almost a square. It's more like 5 feet, almost 6 feet, 70 inches, I think. And this one is 64. Cute little window, beautiful. This is the only window without the nail flanges on there. And so I'm gonna have to make a custom section for this one. But this guy is a really nice window. Very solid system here. This was picked up by a young man who was helping his father with his business. His father is a construction guy, and they have windows that don't work sometimes. Wrong size, wrong order, those kind of things. And of course, if you do your research and get them at the right time, I have this beautiful, never been installed replacement window with the plastic still on here, y'all. The windows are not even exposed right there. Screens are attached in here. It's one big unit that's going to go really nice. This will be the kitchen window, I think. And this one will be part of the bedroom series. But you can see how much taller this one is. This will be nice for the kitchen, that for the bedroom. But there's more. So when I was here on Monday, I was able to get 5 of the windows out, the 5 individual windows. So you can see the edges of 1, 2 right here, and there's 3, 4. So I got 4 windows back here. Again, bedroom type windows or other parts of the cabin, or possibly the washroom, the bathhouse someday. And this guy right here is the 5th one. So I was able to get those 5 here into the facility. Now I got these 2. Now we just have all the soil to bring to this pile right here. And all my worries for the winter, at least these worries, are done. Now I knew when I came up here that I would have some shoveling to do, and I thought I'd have some serious shoveling to do, you know, because 8 to 12 inches, that's a lot of snow. But thankfully the driveway only had a little bit of a ridge, and I was able to drive right into the property with this first coating of snow on hard ground. Now that track from my car will be a little slippery as the season goes on, but if it's compacted and not soft snow, that bodes well for the next time I come up here. So I'll go back and forth in the driveway once or twice just to kind of get some compact snow and hope for the best. But in the meantime, yeah, this little bump at the edge of the driveway is not going anywhere unless I do it. So now another reason that I'm super glad that I came up here on this trip after this first big snowfall was that the plow comes in from my neighbor's place, and they come in and plow, and oftentimes they'll push dirt or push the snow in a pile on this side of my driveway because there's an extra space here for turnaround and that kind of thing. But I'm glad I came up now because, hard to tell on camera, but because it was the first plow of the year on gravel that's not quite frozen yet, I mean close but not really, and it's the first layer of snow, as they plow, my assumption, because of what I'm seeing, is when they plow this first time around, there's this big edge of dirt here. I might have to go get my dirt shovel, not my snow shovel, and ease up this mound here, because this is just gonna get frozen and be hard as rock. And if there's snow on here and ice on here and compactedness, I don't really want this bump here. So I'll get what I can with the snow shovel, and I might have to go get the dirt shovel. Well, that's pretty good right there. I was thinking about putting a sign here on my property, a big cardboard sign that says, please make sure that the snow mounds don't block the driveway. And I'm glad I bought the shovel with the little metal on the tip, a little more expensive model with the metal here to cut through some of this stuff. I don't think I'll need the dirt shovel. It's pretty smooth now. I was able to get down to the dirt. Post-Thanksgiving Shinrin Yoku. This is one of my favorite branches on the property. I've showed it before, but with this new fresh coat of 8 to 12 inches of snow, that's one of the oak trees, all clear of its leaves. But that massive branch that goes down and then swoops back up, and there's some movement, everybody, and highlighted by the beautiful snow right now. Next year at this time, there could be a cabin right there facing this way, right on this side of all the aspens right there. Yeah, we Minnesotans are pretty hardy. We get a snowfall and it doesn't really stop us. The 4 seasons in Minnesota are stunning. And yeah, when it gets super cold, we all hate it. I mean, come on, let's be real. Most of us hate it. But if you dress properly and put yourself out in the elements, it is fantastic to see stuff like this. Fresh snow on all these branches still staying on there. It's calm. We got some snow falling right now. And it's so quiet. Some Shinrin Yoku the day after Thanksgiving. Got to work off all that food. A special shout out to my good friend Alan, who you've seen up here at the property. Had me over at his place with some family and friends, and we shared great conversation and great food, and it was spectacular. Thanks, Alan. It meant the world to me. And I'm thinking maybe in the future, I might have to have me a Friday
or Saturday post-Thanksgiving gathering up at Bonsai Acres.
The power of water, y'all. Of course, this is in its frozen form. But look, the heavy snow just on that branch with possibly some of the wind that day cracked it down over my path. Yeah, snow, heavy wet snow can do some amazing things.
And now you can see all the deer tracks everywhere. I think they're liking these trails I made.
Oh, looky here. I mean, the snow's not that heavy. How in the world did that happen? I don't know. Maybe the wind and maybe the snow. Look at this coverage. I mean, this is just so beautiful. This is the closest we'll ever get to like mountain snow. So we got that 8 to 12 inches in less than 24 hours. And all the trees coated with snow. This happens in the mountains, right? All the time for the fresh powdery skiing. But boy, we get it. And you can get out and enjoy it. And how about the trees inside the gated area? Almost completely covered in a blanket of snow. That is what I was excited to see. All protected. A couple more snowfalls and these will be healed in the entire season. That's great.
And so I come full circle. Taking a little Shinrin Yoku winter style. The RV is nice, y'all, but I can't wait to have that cabin up over there next year. Hopefully, the goal, closed in by winterfall. Winter's first snowfalls. Have the 4 walls, windows, and a roof on. If that's all I get done next year, that'll be fantastic. Well, I didn't get to that soil yet. Let's do that before we trek on home.
There we have it. This was a pallet of 88 bags of Akadama, small, medium size. I've got 20 back home, and so that means there's 68 up here. Oh, I take that back. There's 3 also that opened up, and they're in my back of my car just in a bin for sifting later. So 65 bags right here. Whew, that felt good. So I don't have to go to the gym today. I don't have to do any more walks today. I'm in good shape. So we're going to double check the cold frame because I turned it on right away when I got here and double checked why the power was out. And the breakers didn't look like they were tripped, but I turned them off and on and it went back on right away and I had power. But when I checked it about a half an hour later, the power was flipped off again. So I don't think there's too much power going to the power station. It's just one extension cord. So I'm not sure what's going on there. So we're gonna go check to see if it's still going on, make our final check of the cold frame, and then we'll probably hit the road here in the next half hour to an hour. Well, we'll check the power station first and see what it's charged at. Yeah, we're still getting power from the grid, about 1,100 watts. We're also getting 46 watts from the solar array, which is pretty cool. Even with the snow on there and the clouds, I'm still getting 46 watts of power. Now, that's not a lot. It would take a long time to, fill up some battery energy with that, but that's still cool to see. We're at 63% at 1,000 watts coming in from the grid. So the trees are looking good. I just watered them within the last week. Yeah, and they're showing some good signs. I might have to water some of the more coarse granule trees. There's a couple of those about here. So I will get some of those watered a little bit while we're waiting for the generator to juice up a little bit more. And then we'll head on home. I turned the heater on so I can check to see if the power is going to trip here, because now I've got 1,500 watts coming into this, and I've got 1,100 watts coming in there. That's a lot of power. And so we'll see if anything trips while I'm watering the trees. Now, the tricky part about watering the trees is this is pretty cold water. It's room temperature, which is about 35 degrees, 40 degrees tops. And so I also turn on the heater so I can warm up my hands after I dunk them into the water here. I don't have a system yet where I can just pour water. So that would be a great upgrade. Somewhere have a water tank, like one of these 5-gallon water tanks, and insert some kind of spigot system so I can just pour water into these guys. But I have a couple of trees here that have some really coarse soil, and I noticed they're a little dry, and so I'm going to water those. And I've got my recycled juice bottles here with some drilled holes in here. You can make them any size you want. That one's pretty good. This one's pretty wet too, I think, through and through. But this guy was pretty wide. I've got kind of a drier one back here. Yeah, so this, you can shoot this thing a couple feet past where you can stop. But again, always make your cold frames where you have easy access to your trees. Those are all good. Those are the finer soil. Those are all good. So yeah, just making sure that I'm getting the coarser soil on some of these trees. That stuff dries out a lot faster. Some of these have been going for almost 2 full weeks without needing water, so that's been kind of cool to see as well. I've got it about 33 degrees in here right now. My Wi-Fi one, I think, bit the battery dust or something. It's not working, so I got to go fix this one. So I'm going to bring that home and see what's going on with that one. But I still have, this fan is on a sensor, so that tells me the temperature. That gauge is over here, and that's still working. That one says 30 degrees, so that one's really chilly. Where's that sensor going? That's right at the bottom. So at the bottom it says it's 30. It says it's 33 up here, so after having the door open for a little bit, it has cooled down in here, and so the heat is going to just kind of keep things nice for me. So let me get one more juice bottle full of water. My hands aren't dying yet of cold, but it's going to be close after this round. And let's get just a little more sprinkles on some of the bigger of these trees with the soil. The trees are where I need them to be. I'll be back up here in a week. The power's staying on. I'm going to stay up for a few more minutes to make sure we get that power station back up over 60-70%, and it will go on tonight. I have it going on with the grid from about 5 to 7. The lights shut off at 4. Right now they're on automatic zone because it's not late enough in the morning for them to kick on. So they'll kick on in a little bit here when I leave, and I'll switch it back over. But we're in good shape. Everything looks fantastic. It's beautiful outside. Now we just have to get out of the driveway without getting stuck. So if I do get stuck, maybe you'll see me again. Otherwise, until soon. Welcome to Bonsai Acres.
Very excited.